Can you hear me? Here, I'm going to mute myself. Can you hear me now?
Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you yet. Cannot hear you. Is the green light on the?
Yeah. We shall figure that out.
Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2.
You sound wonderful.
1 2. Yeah, it must be something on the computer. It's got to be on somewhere. No, I can't.
Can you hear me on any of these? No. Okay. Figure it out.
Tell them we'll restart the system.
Okay.
Can you admit me? It's muted.
Testing. Testing, testing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. No, it's just I'm getting anxiety. That needs to be diagnosed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace it with the North American passport. Then we'll call it.
And then, what about Jamaica?
Oh, 1 second, 1 second.
Treasurer and the bond council deem sufficient, or if such procedures are currently in place, to review and update said procedures in order to monitor and maintain the tax exempt status of the notes and to comply with relevant securities laws, and that any certificates or documents relating to the notes, collectively the documents, may be executed in several papers, each of which shall be regarded as an original, and all of which shall constitute one and the same document, delivery of an executed counterpart of a signature page to a document by electronic mail in a PDF file or by other electronic transmission, shall be as effective as delivery of a manually executed counterpart signature page to such document, and electronic signatures on any of the documents shall be deemed original signatures to the purposes of the documents and all matters related thereto having the same legal effect as original signatures. And that each member of the Board of Selectmen, the town clerk, and the town treasurer.
Hey, Jen, can you hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 3. 1, 2, 3, testing. And in the upstairs room, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me? Can I look at the room? See if it's making. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. So you can hear me in the room and in the booth room? You do hear? You hear just talking this, Jim? I'm paranoid.
No, you're fine. Okay.
Is this talking away?
Well, testing 1, 2, 3. 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 Testing.
Jen,
1,
can you
2,
hear me
3.
here?
You what?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Here, talking there.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
I can't hear you on your phone.
All right, I'm talking on another microphone. How about now?
I can hear you in the room. I cannot hear you on your phone. No, we have the opposite problem.
Okay, first of all, let's see if you can hear it again. It's good that you're just talking about. Okay. Yeah, can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you.
You keep talking for me.
Can you hear me now? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No.
Keep talking.
It's literally the opposite.
I'm talking for me.
How about now?
So it's weird, like I can hear in the booth, but I'm not getting any communication between.
You can hear me now?
Like, I'm not getting, I can't hear it on my phone.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just, you get try to talk to them.
Hopefully this is it.
What? No.
I am still talking. Testing 1, 2, 3. Talking away. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No go.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Such certificates, receipts, or other documents as may be determined by them or any of them to be necessary or convenient to carry into effect the provisions of the foregoing votes.
Second. We'll give you a minute before we
That was
call
a
for
lot.
the vote.
You want me to repeat it?
Don't worry, 9's coming up.
Oh,
All right,
jeez.
all those in favor? Aye.
Who seconded that?
That
Aye.
was, I did.
Okay.
That was a unanimous.
We have never had to read that
We'll wait for
before.
the next one. The next one may be longer.
All right,
Next one's Eric. Ken, did you write this?
seriously, he might. All right.
All right, so the next item here is consideration and possible approval of a state septic betterment loan program. So the town shall issue a bond or bonds in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $400,000. The bonds pursuant to chapters 29C and 111 of the general laws, and a vote of the town passed November 19th, 2024, which authorized a total borrowing of $400,000 for a community septic management loan program.
It's the same thing, right? Same idea.
Yeah, so, do we, before we read the motion,
Get ready.
any additional information there, Keith or Ken?
No, just again,
Okay. All right, let's give this a go. Testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hear me, Jen?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, keep talking.
And then we were testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna count, if you could just verify the audio, if it sounds okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just go and just verify the audio. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, Jen, I need you to go in the booth and verify.
In the booth.
Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right, come back. Yeah.
I've got a short screen share off of this
Sure, just a sec. I just want to.
one. I've got it.
I'll get straight away.
Providing the full bonus as we have it outlined in the contract. You want me to make the motion?
Someone should.
I move the Board of Selectmen approve the annual evaluation
Let's
of the town
test the audio
administrator
again, too. I mean, we'll test the,
as presented this evening. Further, I move the Board of Selectmen to authorize a bonus of $3,000 based on the results of the administrator's.
All right.
That's right.
Do you want me to talk in here, Matt?
Let me join the meeting first. You're gonna need
Oh, gotcha. That would be helpful, huh?
Jen,
Yep.
tell Matt that, just hang up, tell Matt to hang up on, because it's gonna be distracting if you're talking to the conversation at the same time.
Okay, I'm hanging up.
Okay.
And Dave's gonna admit you.
Okay.
All right. How did we sound now? Can you hear us?
I
One-
can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we sound good.
We sound good. We sound
I think
great.
so.
Heck yeah. Do you wanna check the audio on the
Huh?
It's using a microphone.
Are you using a microphone?
Am I using a microphone?
Yeah.
No, I'm using a camera, a computer camera.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to verify. Try to catch it, because it's his time.
Oh, okay.
But you guys can communicate?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, alright.
All right, thanks.
Actually, can I keep talking?
Oh, wait, no, Dave wants you to keep talking.
Okay, that's what I figured. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Dave, can you see it? Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
That is quite the background. I love it.
Thank you. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yep.
1, 2, 1, 2.
See him popping out of the windows.
I just raised his line a bit.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Val, I'm sorry.
Alrighty.
All right.
No?
I
We
don't need anything.
are living our best lives, so I guess I'll take it off the air when it's done.
Slide from there because I
Awesome.
forgot
Have a
to,
great meeting.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Thanks.
present it
Bye-bye.
for my Mac.
You're good? All right.
Yep, thank you.
Verifying everything.
Yeah.
Paranoid.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Well, that was fun.
I'm gonna take a photo of that damn thing.
Yeah, I should have Joey send it to you. I sent it to you.
Hey. You got fancy on you. You're wearing a fancy shirt.
Well, not too.
Okay. I've got my sweats on, but they're gonna be behind the table.
A fancy shirt. Every time I hear something like that, I Tell me when you're ready. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and open the meeting of June 9th, 2025 at 7:02 and 7:01. Yeah, it's 7:02. And we're gonna start with a roll call. Start with Alex.
Alexander Graham, President.
Dave Gavigan?
John Bouchard.
Jonathan Barnett.
Dave Gleason.
Okay, we're ready to go, and it looks like our first order of business here is a public hearing. Is there a notice?
The Kingston Planning Board will hold public hearings on Monday, June 9, 2025 at 7:02 p.m. in room 200 of the Kingston Townhouse, 26 Evergreen Street, Kingston, to number 1, discuss the promulgation of the Kingston Stormwater Regulations pursuant to Kingston General Laws, Chapter 269, and at 7:03 p.m., number 2, make minor modifications to the subdivision rules and regulations governing the subdivision of land in the town of Kingston as described below. Section 2.12, street definitions. Clarify major is arterial, etc., to be consistent with Table 4.2.2.1, street classifications, and Table 5.2.2, street classifications, and Sections 5.2.1.5, 5.2.6.2, 5.2.3.1, 5.2.6, and Schedules B and C with respect to clarification of specifications for street classifications and illustrated cross-sections in Schedules B and C. Replace Schedules B and C with new drawings reflecting correct cross-sections, and update the A&R form to remove a box around some of the text on the first page of the form. The public will be able to attend the meeting virtually through Zoom. The materials are available for inspection in the town clerk's office, room 102, 26 Evergreen Street, Kingston, Massachusetts. Please refer to the planning board agenda on the town website for information regarding remote access to the Zoom meeting.
Thank you, Alex. Okay, Val?
Okay, I'm gonna share a brief PowerPoint. One of my briefest. I'm proud of myself. Which one is it?
Right.
Okay. Whoop. The screens get carried away. I wish I was left-handed. There we go. So there are actually stormwater regulations. There's no rules. Sorry about that. And this, basically, we already have a stormwater bylaw in the general bylaws, but we should have, according to DEP, adopted regulations to go with them about 3 or 4 years ago. So they want those adopted yesterday. So we have these up for public hearing at the Conservation Commission Wednesday night, and ours is tonight. They're the same. And let's go to the next slide real quick. It's getting ahead of me. That didn't help. Okay, well, in the existing bylaw, you and the Conservation Commission are listed as the permitting agent. And it's only effective on properties 1 acre or more with disturbance. So if it's less than an acre of disturbance, the bylaw doesn't pick up any oversight of that. So we might want to come back to it in the future and adjust that, but right now it's 1 acre or more. And so the way we've crafted this set of regulations is just basically saying, okay, if you have a Concom permit and it's 1 acre or more, thank you, then Concom will be the stormwater authority for that situation. And if you have anything else, and it's an acre or more, the planning board will serve as the permitting agency. And what we'll do is, we'll treat it like very much like a site plan review, where we get, collect peer review fees, do a peer review, and at a planning board meeting, issue the permit like we do other permits. Just be a simple majority vote, and we would be able to put conditions on the stormwater management, which will help us protect the quality of stormwater runoff, any kind of erosion control, that kind of thing. So we've had these pre-approved by council and by the DEP, and Concom, Matt and I are comfortable with these. So that's all there is to it. The regs themselves are kind of long, but they basically just spell out, you got to do a site plan, give us the calcs, here's the process, and then come and see the appropriate board.
Sounds simple enough. Anybody have any questions about this?
This would be voted at town meeting in the fall?
No, this is for you to adopt tonight.
Yeah, rules and regulations is different.
Okay.
We just have to have a hearing and adopt it.
The bylaw already exists. The bylaw would be what town meeting votes on.
So zoning bylaws,
Yeah.
gotta go to town meeting.
Yeah.
Our rules and regs, we have a hearing, we adopt it.
Yeah, I just thought what was the change we needed to.
Yeah,
That's good.
cool.
You guys want
Okay.
motion?
And then, I'll be very gentle. Mouse is tricky. The subdivision rules and regulations. We went ahead and we're looking at these while we've been less busy. We've been able to catch up with some administrative stuff. And when I was looking at the existing subdivision rules and regulations, the cross-section plates are pretty hard to read, and I said, hey, I've got my money in my budget to hire an engineer, so I hired Pat Brennan Engineering to update the plates, and while we were doing that, we noticed that we'd like to update a couple of little details on the plates, so I'm just going to scroll to the next. So there's 2 plates, and we had these reviewed by the Highway Department and the Planning Department, including Paul Basler, just to make sure everybody was on the same page. So I've superimposed a car over this so that it's a little bit easier to understand. Basically, what we're doing is really just the local minor street. We've moved the water main. You can see that when a car is driving along, where it used to be was 4 feet into the road layout, but when it's 4 feet into the road layout, the water main caps get clipped by the tires all the time. So this was Paul Basler's suggestion we move it to 3 feet, and then that takes away that issue. So it would help maintain the water lines better. And the other thing that came up is, these match everything in our rules and regulations, but we were looking at the sidewalk pavement, and we noticed that we had 1.5 and 1.5 for the binder and wearing course for bituminous. And we realized that a lot of times people pull up and park on those when they're, got friends over and that kind of thing. So we thought it'd be better to make those 2 and 2, if there's no objection from the board. So that was a change that we're suggesting with 8 inches of gravel underneath, where now it's 9 inches with a, I think we're saying a 2.5 inch compacted 1.5 and 1.5 course. We would change it to 2 inch and 2 inch over 8 inches of gravel instead of 9 or 9.5 that's in the regs. So it's a small change that would make the sidewalks last longer, and that's the goal. So,
It is interesting.
yeah, and then the other thing that we're just addressing in all those different sections was just consistency. Sometimes we call things a major street or a collector street, and you can see here it's local or minor street. So the goal here is to just consistent description throughout the regulations and the tables that we have in the rules and regulations. So, and then there's another slide. We didn't make any changes other than the sidewalk to any of the other cross sections because they work just fine. but it's much easier to read, much better, diagrams, and instead of hand drawing the widths, we've got it written and with a clear cross-section for each one. So it's just kind of updating those rules and regs while we have time for administrative stuff. And that's that. Literally, there's a text box around some of the language when it talks about on a Form A plan, going to the assessor's office, and whether or not it's Chapter 61. And people get confused because of the box. So we're just taking the box off, and it's easier to read.
Nice.
Yeah.
Little cleanup. How would you like this motion?
Well, if we move as presented, because I didn't call out the sidewalk change as clearly as I wanted to in the public hearing, but if you move as presented to approve the regulations for stormwater and the minor changes to the rules and regulations for subdivision.
Can you do that in one motion?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
It's one public hearing.
Dave, you want to do that?
Sure, make a motion to
What she said?
to approve, as presented, the stormwater regulations and the modifications to the subdivision rules. Subdivision regulations, right? Not rules. Okay?
As
As
presented.
presented.
Second.
Okay, moving and seconded. Sounds simple enough, just practical. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so it's a 4-0 vote. And we can move on.
So I think one of the things that is kind of circling around is importantly, Bob Goslin didn't run for reelection and opted not to participate as a future planning board appointee, if you will. So I don't know if the board has any words, but just on behalf of the town, I want to thank Bob for his years of service, and he's been a great member of the board, a great resource for everyone, and very fair-minded. And the other thing I want to mention tonight is it's Erin Benoit's last planning board meeting. Unfortunately, she's being laid off, and we're really going to miss working with Erin. She's a real professional and has a great heart and a great spirit, and we're sad to lose her.
Yep, I'd like to thank you all very much. You're all great gentlemen. I respect you all. I think this is a really great board to be a part of. As Val said about Bob, I think you're all fair and open-minded. I respect you all a great deal, and you were very welcoming right from the jump, and I appreciated that and still do. So I hope to see you.
Yeah, we're going to miss
often.
Erin.
Thank
We love you.
I love you too. OD.
It's kind of cool because we've become good friends.
It was worth it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But we are sad. You told me not to be sad today earlier, but
Don't be
I am
sad.
sad.
I didn't get the memo either. Now I'm sad.
I'm sad. I'm depressed.
We'll still be
How
friends.
many
I'm
people
not
are sad
worried.
and depressed?
We're gonna be
Raise your
friends.
hand. There you go. Everybody.
All in favor of being depressed?
Make a motion to make it
Make a motion to be sad.
I know.
But
Aye.
thank you, Erin.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
And
love you, Aaron.
thank you,
Pleasure.
Bob Goslin.
Yes,
Bob
thank you.
Goslin is, Dave, you told me earlier, just go ahead and say what you said to me.
Well, I'm depressed that he's gone. I mean, not only is he a great personality, but he's a great resource. You know, he's boots on the ground, he's a builder, he's in touch with all these other towns, and he always brought a unique perspective to the board.
Mhm.
We're gonna miss.
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, he's a great guy, he built my house. You know, so I go way back, like 30 years, something with him, and I'm really gonna miss him on the board. But I understand he wants to reclaim some time in his life and have a little less worries.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the board with him I think in the 90s,
Yeah.
and he left and then he came back.
1890s?
Yeah.
The 1890s?
Yeah, 1890s. I'm so glad she's gone. And then Bob came back, and he is he always thinks of things that nobody else thinks of. And that's a huge value. So thank you, Bob Goslin. You're the best, and we'll miss you. We won't miss you as much as we're going to miss Aaron, because you're not as good looking, and you're not as good a personality, but we will miss you. But anyway,
Irreplaceable.
yeah,
Yeah, Bob is the best.
Bob is
Is the
a
best.
good man, and I don't know anybody that says different. So,
I just want to speak to, like, I've been on the board for about 18 years now, and this period with Aaron and Val has been probably the best that I can remember as far as getting stuff done, organizing, the changes that you guys have made in the planning office. It's monumental what's going on down there. And I imagine with Aaron gone that this progress is going to slow down. There's no way that Val can do it all. It sucks.
well, we're gonna try to work on figuring out a way to get her some help. So we don't know how that's gonna work yet, but we're gonna try. And yes, I'm glad you brought that up, because when Val came to us, there was tens of thousands of emails that never were looked at and never closed out. There was paperwork everywhere. This goes back for years. I'm not trying to blame anybody, but it's just the truth. And next thing I know, she got those things taken care of. And then Erin went back and she's organizing and documenting all these things that have never been done before.
Yeah, like the affordable housing,
It's,
undocumented, yes.
it's never been done this well. And I've been here 30 years
Yeah.
and on the planning board or selectmen combined, and it's never been done this well. So thank you both,
Yeah, go team.
and I'm glad you brought that up, Dave.
Yeah.
So I think what we have here is we have a couple other things to do.
We have this, the 3 dates to pick for a joint meeting with the selectmen, which didn't make it onto the agenda, but we've been emailing you. So those dates are, right now, July 1, July 15, and July 29 are possible dates.
Did you get those from Keith?
Yeah,
He said it's 1st and 17th or something, I don't know.
well, I got these from his assistant.
Okay,
So I
well,
think
I
that
would rather
might be
listen to
more
his
accurate.
assistant. Yeah, she knows more what's going on than Keith does, okay?
Yeah.
So the 1st or the,
First, the 15th, or the 29th, which are, I believe, Tuesday nights.
anybody have?
I can do all three.
I can do all three too. Tuesdays are okay for me.
The
All
first,
right, so why don't we schedule all three? Let's see if you show up.
the first sounds real good if possible.
Okay.
July 1st?
Yeah.
And what day does that fall on?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
So what exactly are we going to be doing? We're going to be meeting with them to discuss it.
So the way this is going to work is, as soon as we pick a date,
Yep.
the selectmen are going to advertise that that they're seeking letters of interest on behalf of planning board and the select board to fill the seat. And a lot like happened with Alexander or Alex?
Both are good.
Okay.
Alexander's the legal name.
All right, so when he first came on the board, he was appointed for a year. And so what we would need to do here is have an appointment for a year until the next election. And there were a couple of write-in candidates that each got 3 votes. So one of them seems interested, at least, that we know of, that's come by and talked to us and shown some interest. So once we pick the date, the selectmen will run the ad. That gives everybody the opportunity to express if they're interested, and a letter of interest goes in. And then by the date of July 1st, we'll have those letters, and we'll be able to meet and appoint someone hopefully that night.
So one of those 3 people happened to be our beloved
Paul Basler.
Paul Basler, but no. Who do we love more? Bob Goslin.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So he was on there. He doesn't want to come back.
Yeah.
But Yeah, Paul Basler would be awesome to
Oh,
have.
man, it'd be great.
You know, because he has so much knowledge of the streets and all these different things. He'd be
He remembers
He'd be
everything.
awesome, you know. I mean, we're losing a really great member. If we could get Paul Basler on here, that's just my preference because that's who I know the best. I don't even know the other person. Other than Bob, I know Bob, but I don't know the third person. And I just know what Paul knows, and it'd be great. So we're gonna meet in whoever is interested is gonna present a letter of interest to the selectmen. Then we have a joint meeting and we vote as boards altogether. All our votes count. So that's the process. It shouldn't be a long meeting. We usually ask the Board of Selectmen to put us first on the agenda on those meetings, so we don't have to listen to all their BS, you know what I'm saying? Aaron's like, no.
What's wrong with you?
That's just who I am, I'm sorry.
I know,
I'm
you
sorry.
should be.
Do you think it's worthwhile having a discussion while we're with the selectmen about what can we do to gain some interest in these positions? Because
I think it's a good thing. Maybe we could ask the selectmen to put that on the agenda as a discussion. I think we can do it as a discussion anyway, but we can maybe ask them to think about that because more and more of these positions are not being applied for. They're not being, there's nobody run for these elected positions. And it's a problem. And I, for one, I like doing it. You must like it because you're still here. I like it. It's just being involved in the community. You meet so many great people. And I think it's a great way to stay connected and to know what's going on. And I think people are missing out. And I understand everybody's lives are busy. Listen, I've been doing this for 30 years. I have 7 kids. I'm busy. I'm like you are, like everybody else is. I'm busy. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just saying I understand we're busy, but our community is important.
Yeah,
And
the time commitment is not that great that it's gonna, you know, be insurmountable. We can do this, people can do these positions. You know? We go sometimes weeks, well, months without meeting these days.
lately, especially, we have not had a lot of meetings because of, you know, the water shortage and different things and sewer and whatever else is going on. We have not been as busy as normal. But you play a role in shaping the town and being involved. And I look back at being involved in the planning board and the selectmen, and I look at pieces of land that we preserved, and people walk their dogs, and they hunt, and they fish, and they hike every day. This goes on across town, and I was involved in 3 of those things, and I think it's awesome. It's great to be part of. So I encourage people that are listening, if there's maybe all 3 of you, and to listen and maybe run for something because it's just a great way to be involved in town. And this is a great board. We don't argue, we don't fight, and we don't have people screaming at us like the selectmen do, generally, anyway. And yeah, I think that would be a great discussion to have with the selectmen because there's more people that watch that, and try to encourage people to get involved. Thank
And
you.
this is a board that needs to have a full board. We need to have 5 members because of the special permit.
Yes.
4 votes.
Yes. What Dave Gavigan is talking about is this board, this 5-member board. If someone applies for a special permit, they have to have 4 out of 5 votes. Doesn't matter how many people are here, they need 4 out of 5 votes. So if there's 3 people show up, there's no vote. If there's 4 people that shows up, they have to have all 4. If there's 5 people that show up, they gotta get 4 out of 5. Very simple. But it's very important, and it's not fair to the public who apply for special permits to have a 4-member board. Somebody has a little hair across their buttocks about anything, you don't get your special permit. And special permits include, well, in the past, they've included all the ADUs, which are dwelling units, very important. Now those are kind of, yeah, the state forced that down our throat, so here we go again. But anyway, it's just, the point is, very important to have a 5-member board. We have 4 right now. We're gonna have to pick somebody out of those 3, whoever wants to be on that board, and we'll go forward.
I have a question.
Yes.
We're talking about people and good people and boards and having people. Has everything been exhausted as far as voices? I know Val has expressed, you've expressed, but as a board, like losing Erin, it's like, I know we talked about it earlier, it's just such a drag because she's so important. And maybe our voices should be heard to the selectmen when we have this joint meeting, even if it takes whatever time to let them know, let's exhaust whatever we gotta do to keep someone like Erin. Because this is the road that this town goes down, and I'm sure other towns go down it too. But you finally find really good people, and then you just,
Can't keep them.
It seems like the planning
Or you let them go.
We have been put upon numerous times in the past, too. This isn't the first time.
it's just,
Remember when they took
yeah.
away, Beth, I think, for a while?
Listen, I mean, it's an important thing. I mean, just my short time of almost 10 years being on this board and seeing the planners that have been here, and Val's one of the smartest people that I've ever been around, the stuff that she does, and then her saying and speaking about Erin in the way that she does, it has a lot of weight. So when you have someone like that and then you lose them, you
feel it.
You're starting from scratch again. So to me, I just wanted to say it.
It's demoralizing, too.
Yeah, it was for me also because they gave somebody a raise that was the same as what my annual salary is.
Yeah.
And so that was the priority.
I've heard it around. I've heard it when I've walked in these halls. We gotta have good people. We gotta keep good people. Well, you know what? Put your money where your mouth is, and that's just how I feel.
Yeah, and Tom, like you said, things are slow right now. What happens when things pick up? We're only going half the pace.
Well, the reason these positions are disappearing is because we're slow right now, but
it's gonna change. It always
It's gonna
does.
It's gonna pick up eventually.
and
Then Val's gonna have all this extra weight on her shoulders, and she's, already dug us out of a hole. So it makes no sense to me.
nor does it to me. I understand the pressure of the town administrator, I get that. There's no money. All the towns around us are going through the same thing. I've talked to many different people from many different towns. But at the same time,
Yeah, I don't think 20 hours a week was really the, putting the town.
no, that's
into
not
debt.
gonna break us.
Yeah.
No, it's
Well, I
not.
guess it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Oh,
I agree, Aaron, I understand. But
and anyway.
Yeah.
I think we
Still
need
depressed.
to, I'm so glad you said that, Jonathan, and everybody else that spoke about this, because Val can't do this alone. She needs someone to support her. And I don't need to say it this the way, any way other than the way I'm saying it is, people like Val are valued, and she is definitely the best town planner we've ever had. And I know because I was around when we had our first town planner, so I've been here for all of them. And there's towns everywhere looking for people like her. And I don't want you to go anywhere. So we're gonna fight for you.
Leave on us.
We're gonna fight for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Okay?
I appreciate all the kind
Yeah.
words.
It's true.
Absolutely true.
She deserves better.
I was talking to my son Tyler about it, and he said, Val's the most important person in the town. So we're gonna fight for you. We're gonna get you help some way, and if we have to go to the selectmen, we'll do that. And if we have to get Aaron to come back, that's not gonna happen, but.
Never say never.
$1 million.
I know. Anyway.
Anyway,
Moving on.
moving on.
I think that you two girls know how we feel,
We do.
and that's a good thing.
It's,
We love you.
love you too.
No doubt.
So moving on, we have this, we have some minutes to approve.
Yes, so not
We have
listed.
3 of them.
Yeah, not listed on the agenda is March 10th.
Yes, that's fine.
Because we
So
voted
March
on it
10th,
and then we couldn't.
all 4 of us were here for this. In fact, all 4 of us were here for all 3 of these, so we can all vote on these.
I wasn't here on April 14th.
Oh,
I don't have.
I thought I saw you there.
I don't have the March 24th ones,
There you go.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I always do that.
but I have 2 sets.
No,
of
it
the
says
March
that
10th.
you were there on the roll call.
April 14th? Not present.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of people not present. Alex wasn't there, and I wasn't there. I didn't read that part of it.
Well, then where did you see me?
Yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
In
I
Hawaii?
wasn't there for any of them. Because I had my knee done. I had my knee replacement. Sometimes I look at roll call and I see the names and I'm like, oh, everybody was here. Oh, boy. I think we need a new chairman. Anyway. All right, so we'll start with March 10th.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of March 10th, 2025 as presented.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, so we have presently, regular members, we have Dave, Alex, and John, and Bob, who quit on us, son of a gun. So, we'll go ahead and vote on those. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I was gonna vote on all of them, and now I can't vote on any of them because I wasn't even here. How sad is that? All right, we'll do March 24th. So we have Dave, Alex, and we don't have 3 regular members.
No, well, can 2 people vote these meeting minutes in?
You can vote,
Huh?
I think we can vote the minutes if you have the people that were here.
We have only 2 people on the
Four.
Yeah,
regular board.
but that, if they're okay and don't have changes, I think the other members can vote.
I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes of March 24th, 2025 as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstentions? So explain to me again, Val, how that works?
Well, you don't have another choice, so there's a word for it that I can't think of. It's a legal term, but it's
Mullins?
not Mullins
So
rule.
people that weren't here can vote?
Roberts?
In this case, you will never have those people because they're not on the board anymore.
Yeah.
So you're forced into the situation, so you can do it. The legal term for it is evading me.
The legal term is illegal.
Well,
All right.
It's like a
I vote
forced-
in favor then.
Me too. Name it Aaron's rule.
both voted in the
What is it?
We'll name it after
Yeah.
Aaron.
Oh,
Aaron's
yeah,
rule.
yeah.
But
Aaron rule.
What's that?
We'll just name it after Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Aaron's rule.
I typed out all these minutes, so you better approve
All right.
This was the meeting right here.
All right, so now we have April 14th. All right, so we have Dave, and we have Bob, and we have Jonathan. Bob's not here.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of April 14th, 2025 as presented.
And I'll second them.
Well, that's only 2 people here, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so you 2 are voting. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. No, not me. Against? Abstentions? That would be me.
And then, can I comment that the town received 2 grants last week?
Oh, yes, go ahead.
The shared streets grants that, one will help us do street improvements on Green Street next to the library, where we'll be able to make sidewalk improvements and improve the crosswalk that's there. And then we got another similar grant where we're going to do Witt's Corner, which is where Grove comes into Pembroke Street. We're going to narrow that a little bit so it's a safer intersection and improve the crosswalk on Pembroke Street there. So we're excited. We haven't gotten street improvement grants in a while, so this is maybe even a first for us under this program.
It's awesome.
Cool.
Again, go team. That's Paul and Sean and me working together over the last couple of years to get us to this point.
Who is it?
Paul Basler and Sean Turner
Oh, good.
working with me. So between the three of us and our consulting engineer, Apex. So we're really excited that we got these grants and just wanted to pass that
We
along.
just applied for 2 more grants.
We submitted 3 grants this week to the Community One-Stop Program. One is for Mass Works to pay for the engineering design of 53 Tarkland and 3A, which is in front of the Big Y. And
Yeah, the CVS, that's a bad spot.
yeah, and at the same time, finish the engineering for the Exit 20 ramps. And we're working on a federal grant now that would be submitted next week that would look to help with that and would also go and extend into Duxbury for the next 2 intersections that also have problems on 3A. So we're excited about that. And we submitted for a master plan update, and we'd be working with OCPC on that. And then lastly, we submitted for a cleanup grant for I think it's $250,000 roughly to clean up the old fire station on Maple Street. So we won't hear until October or November, but that was a lot of work.
And you're working on the grant
Oh.
with coastal zone
Down the
management.
waterfront, too.
Yeah, that's right. We're working
That's whole group.
with the harbor master and police chief and also with the waterfront committee, and met with the engineer today, and we're working through the budget, and we're going to submit a grant application to do the engineering evaluation, feasibility study, and design for improvements to town landing. So we're also hoping that we get that grant. So, and there's more, but those are the kind of the highlights of what I've been working on the last month.
It's amazing, and you know, if town meeting didn't vote for what we voted for, as far as the MBTA zoning, not MBTA, what is it called?
Yeah,
the
MBTA.
Zoning, we wouldn't have all these opportunities before us, and I'm so glad that that vote went the way it went.
Yeah.
It gives us opportunity, and then, not to mention, that there's all these towns that didn't vote that way, so there's going to be more money available to towns that did vote. And I don't blame the towns that voted against it, because I think for the most part, it was foolishness, but in our case, it didn't hurt us, it almost helped us. So I'm real happy that people showed up and voted for that, and I think it's a big boost for our town. We have all these things that we talk about all the time, me and Val and Aaron and other people. We're looking, you know, at the intersection at the school where Station Street is, maybe making a roundabout there. We're looking at that down at where, by next to Marty's GMC, in that area there, which would change that whole intersection. It would make it amazing. Because up on Route 53, where Winter Street crosses, that was one of the most dangerous places.
Sure was.
Duxbury has a bunch of those, Franklin Street and Keene Street, and they have, you know, and they're very, very dangerous, because when you drive down that road, if you're not familiar with it, you just see the road continuing, you don't see the road this way. And so, no more accidents on Winter Street. And there was some really bad accidents there. And so, the thing that people used to not like was these roundabouts or rotaries. It's so practical because they keep traffic moving.
It's
people,
awesome.
They're just great, and people get impatient when they sit and wait, and then they shut out in front of people, and this and that, and this is. So these are the things we're talking about at the planning board, and we're trying to make this town safer and just more easy to travel. Because when I grew up here, there was no street lights. There was no need of a street light.
There was no cars.
What are we, back to the 1890s again?
Yeah, wrap it up.
There was no electricity. Yeah, right. So,
Or an
I mean,
accident.
it's just, yes.
You reminded me that at the end of last week, we got,
I'm so glad she's leaving.
Me too.
the conceptual design plans from the state's engineer for Smith's Lane, which is the Marty's GMC, that intersection, and then the bridge. Then there's an intersection on the other side of Smith's Lane. They're looking at those as being roundabouts and greening it up. And so they're looking for some initial comment from town departments and all that, and there's going to be a public hearing on the design later, and we'll make announcements on that. But we're excited that the state is, as it does the work on the bridge, is looking to do both of those intersections as well as part of their project. And those are scheduled for like 27, 28. So there's going to be a lot of improvements that we're going to see in the community, which is a result of a lot of work by different boards and consultants to bring all this together. And hopefully we'll see more.
Yeah, we have a lot of things coming up, and I'm glad you're applying for all these grants. Thank you for doing that. And I will say that also Val and Aaron have helped out a lot of other boards that are applying for grants and give them, help to apply. And these are the things that I don't understand. All these towns, so many towns that don't even apply for these things. And I can't even tell you, we're getting millions of dollars since I've been on this board, millions of dollars. In fact, those properties I was talking about where everybody walks their dog and hikes and everything, those are all grant money. I mean, we had to come up with some, but it's a big deal. So thank you for working on those, girls. And I think that's it, right? Okay, well. Yep.
Turn out.
Group hug? Or what?
I didn't even know Erin when she came here at all. I had no idea who she was. But I've grown to love her. So thank you. And do we have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second?
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? Say aye.
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 Do you remember when I was in license? There were no lights.